How do different cultures view plagiarism? Have you ever wondered how plagiarism is viewed around the world? The concept of plagiarism, which means using someone else's ideas or words without giving them credit, is seen differently in various cultures. This difference is shaped by ethical norms, educational traditions, and legal frameworks. In many Western countries, plagiarism is considered a serious violation of academic and professional integrity. There are strict rules about how to cite sources and the importance of originality. Here, individual intellectual property rights are emphasized. People are expected to acknowledge the contributions of others. On the other hand, some cultures, particularly in Asia, have unique traditions regarding the use of texts and ideas. In these cultures, copying or memorizing authoritative texts is often viewed as a sign of respect. This traditional learning method does not always require explicit citation. Students may assume that the authority of the original work is understood. This can lead to confusion when these students encounter Western academic standards that demand clear attribution. Legal and educational contexts also play a significant role in how plagiarism is perceived. In some countries, like Eritrea, there are no formal legal protections for intellectual property. This lack of legal framework affects how plagiarism is understood. Students from such backgrounds may struggle to grasp the concept of plagiarism as it is enforced in places like the United States. In Europe, awareness of plagiarism varies widely. Research indicates that many students in countries like Poland and Bulgaria have a limited understanding of plagiarism policies. In some former Soviet bloc countries, academic misconduct may be more tolerated or less likely to be reported compared to Western Europe or the United States. Latin America presents another interesting case. Discussions about academic misconduct, including plagiarism, are not as prevalent. This does not mean that plagiarism is less common, but rather that there has been less focus on addressing it openly and systematically. From an ethical and moral perspective, plagiarism raises questions about honesty, fairness, and respect for others' intellectual efforts. However, cultural differences in moral frameworks influence how plagiarism is viewed. In some cultures, collective knowledge and shared learning are prioritized over individual ownership. This can shape attitudes toward copying and attribution. In multicultural educational settings, these differences create challenges for institutions that want to maintain academic integrity. Educators need to recognize that students from diverse backgrounds may not share the same ethical views about plagiarism. Clear communication and education about citation practices are essential. Culturally sensitive approaches can help all students understand and meet the expected standards. Understanding these cultural variations is vital for promoting ethical academic practices globally while respecting diverse moral perspectives. By acknowledging these differences, we can create a more inclusive environment that values both integrity and cultural diversity.